Hello, Den25ers. Welcome back from depending on where you are. If this gets released very late, either you're crying like a little bitch or you are celebrating like a motherfucker.
Hey guys, what are you talking about? Guys, Biden is going to be the new FDR. He's going to be the most progressive president in history. He's going to get so much shit done, even with the Republican Senate. But you know what? He's going to get a lot done. Build back better, guys.
Early on, there was a bunch of hopium in the air because you saw, you saw blue Ohio, you saw blue Florida, you saw blue Texas, and then all that shit turned red, and everyone was like, "Fuck!" And then, but I had to just remind people, "Hey, there's like 1.4 million mail-in ballots to come in, or something like that."
Exactly.
But in terms of like calming people down, I think I was pretty collected from the start because I saw this Bernie Sanders video where I believe he was on Fallon, right? And he made this prediction, which went viral on social media days later because it was completely on point.
Trump is winning in Michigan. He's winning in Pennsylvania. He's winning in Wisconsin. And he gets on the television. He says, "Thank you, Americans, for reelecting me. It's all over. Have a good day." But then the next day and the day following, all of those mail-in ballots start getting counted. And it turns out that Biden has won those states. At which point Trump says, "See, I told you the whole thing was fraudulent. I told you those mail-in ballots were crooked. And I got, we're not going to leave office."
We had around like 7 Senate races that were hotly contested, and we were expected to win a lot of those. We spent hundreds of millions of dollars on them. Dem leadership did, the DSCC did, and we lost a majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
For an example, Maine. Maine was the biggest disappointment. Susan Collins. We were supposed to win that election by large margins. And remember, this is the one with ranked choice voting. So there was a Green Party candidate and another independent. And according to polling, both of those candidates, the majority of their support would have gone to Sarah Gideon, who's running against Susan Collins. And Sarah Gideon lost by like as much as like 6 points.
She got smacked.
Yeah, she got smacked. Hundreds of millions of dollars spent there. Also, the Lindsey Graham race with Jamie Harrison. He got trounced, dude. He got trounced. Like, he lost by as much as like 10 or 11 points.
The news. Do you think the news has been fair? Because
no, I don't think, like, to the point about the Senate, like, people, I think I speak for all moderates when I say that, is that the only thing we see on the news is that, yay, Biden won, but nobody's talking about the Senate. And every president needs a Senate.
What are your perspectives on the current Republican Party and kind of cutting their ties from the current president?
Oh, they're all bailing ship. They've been planning. It looks like everyone's been like, how like a drug kingpin. They get their assets in order when they know they're about to get busted and they bail. That's the Republican Party with Donald Trump. Everyone's been like slowly distancing themselves away from him as it was going on. Like Mitch McConnell stopped doing everything Trump said. Like you have all these like Trump senators, like these senators, everything. They got their Republican justice in. And they just cut all ties. They're just like they abandon ship.
The Electoral College has spoken. So today I want to congratulate President-elect Joe Biden.
Around like the second or third day, where Biden was starting to swing around, and Trump was like going, "Hey, stop the vote."
As you know, from the very beginning, the mail-in ballots were a source of some degree of skepticism, if not a lot of skepticism, as being innately prone to fraud.
Stop the count! Stop the count! Stop the count! 2,000 years later.
What exactly is it that they want, or what message are they trying to send?
Well, interestingly enough, just a little while ago, they were chanting "Fox News sucks, Fox News sucks." They were saying that they were angry over Fox News calling this race, calling Arizona for Biden early on.
When it comes to like Pennsylvania, it's always stop the count, stop the count. And but if you go to Arizona, it's like keep counting, keep counting. I'm just like,
I would like to say, left-wing Twitter popped off this election. I'm not gonna lie.
One long angry line later.
The people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory. Tonight, we're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow. Bring a better day. And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you've placed in me.
It was okay for a speech. I've seen, obviously Biden is not the greatest public speaker. He does have a stutter, and that is something that you have to talk about. But I don't know. Personally, I'm a leftist. I would have preferred more policy.
And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president.
Kamala really, and I think she did this correctly, where she really strongly emphasized the identity part of it. Now, identity politics is not necessarily something that we should always talk about, but in speeches like victory speeches, I think it's totally reasonable to talk about that kind of stuff, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can talk about like the identity stuff, and then Biden would talk about the policies. That's what I would have preferred. But I wish he would have mentioned his willingness to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. I didn't really hear that. It was just more of like democracy is saved type messaging.
For the most part, we're happy that Biden won because it means no Trump. But we're also, for the most part, scared because 2024 is a really scary instance right there because we don't know what's going to happen. Because for all intents and purposes, Biden might lose the Senate, which means it comes to a midterm. And what have we known for the most part about midterms and stuff like that? Republicans vote, neolibs don't.
Democracy is supposed to have the people have the power and the freedom to make their choices and yada yada. Well, I think since I just got to go back to the narrative that we've had in this show against capitalism, corporations, and the monopoly that they have over our elections or way of life. It really does prevent us from doing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It is a stranglehold, especially on our elections, where you can lobby millions of dollars of money to influence elections, and I think there's a lot we can do to improve democracy. That's for sure. But the very basis of democracy that was founded at the beginning of this country is just you have to consider the context of when it was founded. It was talking about we the people, but to them, people was only white men.
Landowning men.
Landowning white men. So it's hard to argue what the values of democracy are and what exactly they are for America, because they're always changing, and the people are always changing. The people that democracy would apply to is.
You hear it right now, folks, from the Den25 show. Even though we seem to be the most liberal, radicalized communists on the internet, we want to hear from our fellow Americans, left or right, as well.